Welcome, welcome. I'm Stevie C, and this is my Park to Prem save that we've got going on here. We are in our first season and making reasonable progress, and we are in tier 7 of the football pyramid with a team called Leek Town. And so far, we are doing okay. We we do have a Continental Pro license in this particular one, a little bit unrealistic, but the idea is that I hope never to leave this club. So that was the main reason behind that. The other reason was that I forgot to change it. But that's just the way it was at the time. But if you look at our formation, it does mean, of course, we've got the best coach in the division, guaranteed. But yeah, I hoping to get promoted first season. Whether it's going to happen or not is going to be a bit of a challenge. We currently sit in fifth place. We could very easily be caught by a couple of the teams behind us. It's not guaranteed. If you look, we play basically 40 games in the season, so 16 games remaining. We're not going to see all of them today, purely because we want to be trying to create a team that is, how do I describe it? Uh, hey, buddy, you okay? Uh, nice of you to pop in and say hello. Thank you very much. So, yeah, so the team, the squad that we're looking at tonight is going to be in a bit of a transition, really, because we don't have any money to buy players. We've got about £37 a week in the transfer budget. So, but we have been able to strengthen with a lot of youngsters who aren't necessarily very good. Don't get me wrong with that. If I put them on reports, but there's some with some very high potential there. There was none here before. I think when we set the database up, we didn't put to add players to the smaller teams, and that would have probably helped. But I think these guys here potentially could come in and do a job if we lost some of the players we have in our main squad who are on non-contracts. Because if you look at all these ones with contracts on the information, they could leave us at any time. There's no transfer window. We are on the 1st of January. Happy New Year and all that. But yeah, any one of those with a CTR next to him could leave us for free. And there's some good players there, but we can't afford to give them contracts. So it's a little bit of a complicated situation to be in. And that's why we're hopeful that we can get promoted first season. Maybe there's a chance that we'll go professional. But if not, at least we'll be in a higher league and have a bit of a monopoly over all the non-contracted players in this league if we did get promoted. So that's the thinking behind that. The squad building there is realistically going to be based on that. So in terms of our form, if we go to the portal and you will see that actually we're in a reasonable state in terms of form. We've got some games here that we should win and some games that we must win. So Rushall are a team that we need to beat. And Morpeth Town are going to be quite difficult. A bit later on, we've got some a real difficult period. Stockton Town are another team that are going to be hard to beat. They're challenging for the title. Warrington, Rylands, and Guiseley. So we realistically need to get ourselves securely in the playoffs, I think, before the final 3 games. Otherwise, we could be chasing something that's quite difficult. So what we're going to do? We're going to move on to the next game. But I called the episode tactical tinkering, and that's because I've noticed some things, and I don't know if it's just since the update or since the update I've noticed it, if you know what I mean. So it could have been that since the update this has been a thing, or it could have been there before, but I've just not really cottoned onto it. But I've found that messing around with your tactic in game seems to have a bigger effect on your tactics than if you just leave them playing and keep playing the same tactic over and over again. And it's based on where their defensive line sets up and also where their line of attack is as well. So that's two areas that we're going to be working on through the match. So for that reason, we're going to be watching the matches in extended highlights just so that we get a better idea of how they are. It does make the matches longer, so we won't get through as many matches, but yeah, so what I've done initially is I've dropped to a mid block in my 4-2-4, and if I put all instructions on, the rest is all still exactly the same as it was. Just because of teams going over the top of me, that's something that I don't want. In possession, we are passing standard. If I put all instructions on, we're gonna play through the press, although I may switch that to bypass the press if it becomes necessary, because the idea with this one is that we play through the teams, and so what I wanted was passing strategy, supporting runs, not what we wanted. Pass reception, that's the one that we're looking for. So for that one, we want it passing to space because what we're going to aim to do is get players behind the line. So if they're playing a higher line or a higher press, then we should be able to see that our front four are creating a lot of space. And so what we want to do is try and get the ball quickly into that space before the defence has dropped right back, in the hope that we can either run down the wing and pull it back or straight attack on the goal and hopefully score from straight ahead. They're the tactics. But if a team is pressing and trying to be high up the pitch, and then what we're going to do for the other tactic is almost the opposite, really. We're going to try and pass the ball around. If they're sitting back deep, we're going to try and pass the ball around in front of them and build it nice and easily into the box and look to score there. We are playing a little bit wider, shorter, lower tempo, and just trying to bring the ball slowly up the pitch and keep them backing up, and hopefully get the ball to round about this area and get a shot away. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But it's going to be dependent on how each team is playing. So we're going to make the changes as and when. So we don't want to go. We want to make sure we've got the right team. So I'll do quick pick just to make sure we've got his opinion of the best squad. And then we'll just have a look at who we've got. So we don't tend to play with a goalkeeper when you got 5. I just need to slide my phone down because trying to keep an eye on whether somebody follows me or not, and so that I can spot it. Who do we want instead of him? We want a striker on there, don't we? So I'm going to take Rubio off. Despite his decision there, I'm going to suggest that Heath becomes the shadow striker. He's doing well in that role, scoring me plenty of goals. He's got 12 goals this season. Not all of them, admittedly, have been from that position, but since we've been playing this, he has started scoring some goals. He's now looking reasonably comfortable in this position. He's yellow at the moment, but that will hopefully go green before the end of the season. He's reasonably young, 25, so he should still get it. But yeah, so he's definitely becoming. Onyeka is doing okay, but I think he's getting tired myself. So I think we might need to consider getting another right winger of some sort and getting him a little bit of support. We got this young lad Macomb in. He seems to be doing okay as a bit of a backup. We've got Ollie Shenton, who is an excellent player too. Between these three here, these are playing this role, and yeah, so we're just going to try and keep them all happy. It is going to be a challenge, but Ollie Shenton could even go where Onyeka is if necessary. In fact, I think we might give him a go. Just give him a try today and see how he gets on with that. He still seems quite happy with it. What foot is he? He is left foot. He is going to cut inside anyway, so that's the important thing with that. Hurst is another one who can play over there, and he is right-footed, so we can swap them over if we feel like we need to. And Campbell can also play out on the left as well. So we've got plenty of options across that front four. As you can see, it's actually strikerless, but all these guys, I consider them as strikers. So we have had a game crash when I was playing a little bit earlier on. So if there's any problems, we may find that we have to reload. Usually doesn't do anything for the stream, so the stream's normally okay. But we do have to take the hits when it happens. So they got a lovely pink kit there, haven't they? And look at him wearing his black gloves with his pink kit. Really broke my microphone then. So this is the key time when we want to be looking. So when we're attacking, is how are they pressing? Now, these don't look like they're pressing very much. So there's a foul there, and he's not going to get a yellow card, is he? Would have been a bit harsh. I think it was just a push. But how high are they holding their line? It is quite deep. We'll keep where we are for now because I'm just not totally convinced yet. But if we feel like we're struggling to break through, then what we'll do is we'll switch to the other tactic. Unless I've done my usual. I've got the wrong tactic on anyway. So we'll see how this tactic does, and if this doesn't appear to be working, then we'll consider ourselves. Now they've got a lot of players forward here, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out now. So they are committing players forward, which does make them susceptible to a longer pass. So we may find that we still want the other tactic on, even though they are trying to push forward themselves in a 4-2-4. We don't outnumber them so obviously in the middle. Otherwise, I'd be tempted to play through the middle. Although we could try that with the... because we've got attacking midfielders. So if we progress through the middle, and then we want to overlap. So maybe we want to come narrower with the attack and then overlap. I don't know why I did that. I wanted to make more changes. So team instructions. So we brought that in narrower again. This is just thinking about the formation that they're playing, and all instructions. Supporting runs is what I'm looking for. And we are overlapping both flanks anyway, so that's what I was wanting for that. Confirm the changes, and we'll see whether we've ruined it completely or not. But then if we feel like there's a lot of space behind, then what we'll do is we'll try and get ourselves... I suspect what they're doing is sitting deep and playing long ball forward or direct passing as such. They're certainly playing a low block. So Shenton plays the ball out wide. It wasn't Shenton. Shenton was the one who ran out wide. Ignore that commentary. That was rubbish. But he's had a good shot. It's not quite found the top corner, but... So they're the sort of chances that we want. We want them to come through the middle and then switch the ball out wide if necessary. But you can see they're definitely looking to overload us when the attack's on. We need to win that ball back pretty quick, I think. So when we've got the ball, I mean, I was about to say that was a terrible pass, but that's the overlapping. That's what we want to see. And we've won a corner from that. So I do think we need to get that ball as quickly as possible when they win the ball back. So where's Hurst going to go with that? I think we've stuck it in, but I'm pretty sure that'll be offside. Surely. Surely to surely he was offside. They're keeping me going. We've got a goal. I'd like to say it was completely the tactics, but I mean, oh, he's onside. Oh no, it was. I was looking at the wrong guy, and he was miles offside. I think he was miles offside then, wasn't he? So we'll not mess with it because that's it. So on the instructions, what was I thinking then? Before I got forgotten, just wanted to check on whether we are trying to win the ball back quickly. So it's out of possession we want. Line of engagement, trigger press, tackling, cross engagement, pressing trap. No, we don't want that. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Patient standard, shot position, crusher style, dribbling, out of possession. That's why you can't find it again. Trigger press, tackling, engagement, defensive line. I can't see what I'm looking for. We're going to miss a goal or something. Hurst has got an injury. That's not good. They've kicked a player out. Kicked the ball out. That I meant to say. They kicked the ball out, but I said they kicked the player out. Well, never mind. So we're going to have to make a sub anyway, but it gives me time to find what I'm looking for here. Out of possession. Defensive transition, counter press. That's what I was looking for, just to make sure that's on. Because we want to win the ball back as quickly as possible. So Onyeka's got on earlier than we would have liked. It is what it is. He looked like he was holding his leg as well, so presumably it's a leg injury of some sort. So Porter's getting a telling off, but I don't actually think that was that bad of a tackle. I mean, when they're committing them men forward, and we can get forward quickly, there's a lot of space, but they are very quick at getting back, in fairness. They're working very hard. It's quite an impressive work ethic we're seeing from them. Ollie Shenton with the free kick. Where's he going to put this? Taking his time. Thinking about it. And are we going to take it at any point soon? Come on, this is ridiculous. Have we glitched out or what? There we go. He's taken it to Onyeka. Onyeka gives it him back out wide. And he's gone for goal when he had about 20 people in the box to cross to. Not really a good intention, really. That there should have been a cross more instruction on there, which he didn't observe. So Buckley playing on the left when he could be on the right. We've got a couple of other good left backs. Oh, that was a good opportunity then, but I think it was Campbell. Probably should have done a little bit better, or at least steadied himself. He had more time than he actually. I mean, their goalkeeper is very boring, isn't he? He's a bit bland. Get it? Bland. So long ball forward. It's over the top. And that will do nicely. We have so far mastered this team. Wouldn't say that we've won the game yet, so we've got to warn them against complacency. That's a word. Porter gives it to Buckley. Buckley to Shenton, who is tackled by Rivers. Smith goes back to Whelan. McGinley. Collins brings the ball down the wing. He's actually making very good progress there, Collins. Shot over the bar. So far, we've not looked in too much danger. But we have got to sort of keep our eye on how things are going with regards to this. If we don't get that second goal soon, we are at risk of obviously conceding that late goal or even 2 goals. But at the same time, we don't want to overstretch ourselves when they're not massively proving to be too much of a threat. Did I put it on extensive highlights? I did. There's not many highlights for an extended highlight game. Which I'm not going to complain at while we're winning, but I would like us to start looking like we're going to get another goal. So Campbell. I mean, they are now holding a high line. So I'm going to switch to the other tactic. Tactics. That one. I mean, if you look at where they're standing now, there's loads of space in behind. So they've definitely changed from where they were earlier in the game. So that was a good spot there. Just checking on the energy of my guys. They all seem okay at the moment. As Grogan gives it back to Ollie Shenton. Ollie Shenton swings the ball long towards Heath, who wins the header, I think. And again, and Ollie Shenton. Lovely little flick to Porter, and the keeper holds on to it well. I should put the old earphones in so I can hear the match effect. That would make some sense, wouldn't it? Buckley has the ball on the left. Gives it to Onyeka. I thought I swapped Onyeka and that over, but I must have just done it for one. Oh no, we've changed the tactic, that's why. So we'll see how Onyeka does on the left. It might actually help him out. Watts. Dangerous game here now. They're coming back inside, gone for the shot. Vissar is pretty good with shot stopping, so they'd have to do well to beat him from there. So Smith taking a throw in. We need to win this ball back again quickly. We have done. Campbell. Shenton. Heath. Waiting for that run so that we can play the ball in behind. It's not come yet. Porter. Campbell. There it is. Onyeka's got it and should have scored, really. It was on his good foot and he just needed to bend it round the keeper. He got it too straight. But that was the change that we were looking for, was just getting that little yard of space in front of them so that they can get the shot away. Onyeka, make sure that that one's not coming back. Here they come again, though. Good. I mean, the defending's been excellent so far today, but we are beginning to struggle a little bit with their attack because they are chucking the kitchen sink at us at the moment. Get your shape, guys. Come on. And we've got it away. Onyeka now. Let's play the ball across the box. I thought that referee was one of their players then. So we've got a little bit more cautious. Hopefully that will give us a little bit more control in the game. And that we can still find that space behind them. It was interesting to see how they changed that tactic from the first half to the second half. And it could have caused us problems if I hadn't have spotted it. But they were holding a very definite line. Now Onyeka has got all this space now. I feel their defenders could have got that ball first, but they didn't want to leave the centre. As Porter puts the ball wide, I think it's a corner. I think it took a deflection. So Shenton will swing in the cross. Not the greatest of crosses, but he's got another chance. And he's gone short. And we've run into the line. Can he pull it back? He can. Shenton's there. Handball, ref. Must have been handball. Porter goes out wide to Simbai. And that's the end of the highlight. We do need to start looking at energy levels again. We've obviously made one sub so far. I think Heath is probably looking the tiredest out of everybody. Let's see who we've got on. So Ruby could come on and take his place. Ruby, 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 Ruby. Ah. So, and how's Buckley doing and Simbai? I think we take Simbai off and switch Buckley on to that side. But we need to do the same in out of possession because I didn't have it on combined. And that is all of my tricks done. We either win or fail to win this now. So dropped it back to defensive for the last 5 minutes or so. And Rubio could be chasing that, but he doesn't seem to want to. Must be too tired. He's only been on the pitch 5 minutes. Rivers, plenty of space and a player coming to back him up. That's a good cross and a push. Buckley gets the foul. Hopefully they can waste enough time there. Just 2 minutes to survive, guys. That's all you got to survive. What are you doing? You're running away from the ball, guys. So Buckley. Keep hold of it, Buckley. Or boot it forward. Wow, what a ball that was, Buckley. Great ball. Rubio gives it back to Weir. They played it a little bit too tight there. They had players who they could have stretched them out with. Maybe it's because I went narrower and that was why they were just playing that sort of way there. So Haywood, and that is full time, and that is a good win. We continue to push for the playoffs. We are in the driving seat at the moment, and we need to keep picking up those wins just to keep us comfortably in that position. So an excellent win. And we'll just see how that has affected the... So Whitby have dropped into the relegation zone because of that. And we've gone up to third. Although Russell could easily overtake us. If you look at Stockton, they've got 2 games in hand over us and Guiseley. So they could easily go top of the league. But that was a nice win. And I think tactically we seem to play the game really well. I forgot to look then how long is Hurst injured for, because he's an important player for us. 8 weeks. Oh, that's painful. Try not to worry. We could have done with you for those 8 weeks, but don't you worry about it. Oh, I can't believe it's costed us 20k to renew Vissa's contract. That might have been a mistake. I mean, as if it costs 20 grand for that. I'm not having it that it does. So he's been granted it anyway, so we haven't got to appeal and pay another 20. That is something, but that's probably just wiped out our finances. So where are we? Overall balance, yep. It's absolutely destroyed them. I'm sure we had 40 grand at the start of it, but never mind. What's money? We don't need money, do we? Scouting update. 20 players on a list. So, I mean, where do we need? We need a right. I mean, he's Bermuda. Is he eligible for the UK or not? Oh, no, well, I clicked on the wrong thing there. I want to click on the man. Sincere Hall. Personal. Homegrown player in England, so he doesn't need a work permit. So I think we're okay for left backs at the moment. We could do with a keeper, but I don't know. I don't think that's the priority. He'd only be a backup keeper if he came, because Visser is the man. He's the captain and everything. So Basile likes playing on the right. I mean, he's not bad. He's 25 though, a little bit older than what we would be looking at. And again, another one which you have questions over whether we need to do a work permit for. So, no, it's two. It's Brandon Barze and Isaiah Basile, and I was looking at the wrong one then. So we're okay. But let's have a look at these via age. I mean, this guy, we tried to sign him once, and Averley got him ahead of us. So I can't see him coming to us. And I think we're all right for defensive midfielders anyway. Although he does look like he could be pretty good. He's very well rounded, got a lot of tens and stuff. Hey, Free JP. Nice of you to return the favour. Good to see you, buddy. So yeah, his dribbling looks okay. So I think that let's see what he would ask for. No, he wouldn't. He wants to be star player, and I don't think we can offer him that. Let's look at the squad. Just see what is going on there. Hope all you have come with Free JP are well. I appreciate you joining the stream, and hope you've been enjoying Free JP's stream. I was, of course, there myself for quite some time. He was doing a great job. Thanks for the follow as well. I appreciate that. See, Lucas Weir is a good player, but this guy looks like he may be light years above him. So where he's got eights, this other guy's got tens. But because he wants star player, I can't see him coming within our budget. So that is my issue with this one. I can't get back to his where. There we go. I thought I'd lost it. So let's get rid of any promises. That's the first thing. We'll try squad player. I knew he wasn't going to go for that, but we'll get rid of that and suggest finalise that. But this is the bit that's going to hurt. Look at that. No chance of that. So we'll walk away and say, sorry, that one's not going to happen. It would have been nice, but that one is just not going to happen. Yes, so let's see how long we've got. 4 days until we play Bath City in the trophy. So we've just been trialing out again the ideas that we were doing in your stream, where you watched how the team was playing and developed your tactic throughout the game to do with that. We just come away with a good 1-0 win, which was probably never in doubt as well. We probably should have won by a lot more, but the tactics seemed to work pretty well and got us going. And yeah, quite happy with our form at the moment. We currently sit in third when our remit was lower end of mid-table. So I think we're doing okay. About 15 games to go in the season. So Rubio opts to stay, which, to be honest, I wouldn't have been bothered if he'd have gone. We've got plenty of players for those positions, especially now I'm training my strikers to play in the attacking midfield roles. So it is a cup game, so we could potentially rotate a little bit. Although the money would be quite useful, having just paid out all that money for Vissa's work permit. That could be something that we need to really. So if you've not been on my stream before and not seen my tactics, we're currently playing a 4-2-4 in possession. That is strikerless, so the players are all attacking midfield roles. Out of possession, we drop into a bit of a diamond, but still strikerless, obviously, with just one player as the outlet for when we need to try and counter-attack. So Reeves is definitely going to want to have a game because he's been missing out on a lot of football at the moment. We'll put Haywood on the left. And we'll give Buckley a rest. He has been playing quite well. Do we give Curl a go? No, I think we'll leave Curl for now. We do want to go on to our main tactic rather than the wrong one that we were on last time. Preston. No, we'll go with Haywood. We have got riches in abundance for the left back. That is one good thing that I will say. We'll put McCoon on the bench, and Weir can come completely out of the equation for now. Has this guy started mastering that attacking midfield yet? Not even close. So we'll leave him off for now. I think we'll put that on combined and switch Shenton and... In fact, I'll have Shenton... No. Which way? Where would Shenton prefer? I think he'd be better as the attacking midfielder. He seemed actually happier on the right, if I'm honest. So do we keep him there? Oh, I don't know. We'll do that. That's what we'll do. Settled on it now. And we'll give Heath a rest and have Rubio as the shadow striker. think I might give Ford a go as well. I think we're going to lose Ford shortly anyway, so but we'll try and keep his manager happy and give him a start in the cup. Like I say, I'm not overly concerned about the cup. We've got bigger fish to fry in the league, so it can be a bit of a distraction. So Ollie Haywood has gone down, lost the ball, and we're looking at how they're attacking. They are committing plenty of players forward again. So it could be a very similar sort of tactic that we were up against us last time. Possibly a better team, though. As they've switched the ball across. Alves to Tilson. Long ball, long shot. Good save from Visser. It'd be nice if we could have the ball for a bit so we could have a look at what they're actually lining up as. So they seem to have a back four. And it's very scattered. Maybe it's a back three. No, it is a four with a defensive midfielder, isn't it? So they're playing with high fullbacks. I mean, that's a good save. We do need to get hold of the ball. Hey, hi, Idalia. Hope you're okay. Idalia. I'm not sure how you say that. I think it's Idalia. So they are definitely looking like a pretty tough team. So we'll just drop back to cautious for now. Just Dahlia. Okay, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining the stream. This is my favourite game. I only play this and one other game, Farming Simulator. Basically, I've been playing this since about 2005. Obviously, the different iterations of the Football Manager. As Campbell brings a ball forward. Shenton running into the space, but the keeper is there to deal with the ball. So, I think that's a throw-in for us. But the end of the highlight. There's a lot to learn in the game. It's a strategic game, but it's good fun to play. You just play it at your pace and enjoy it. Certainly not a very taxing game in terms of concentration. Porter plays a long ball forward. Campbell, I think he might have been offside. We've pulled it back and slotted it home, and there doesn't seem to be a flag. I'm from the UK, near to Manchester, not too far from Manchester, so smack bang in the middle. So Ollie Shenton gets us the first goal. I wasn't expecting us to win this game, but to take the lead is nice. Any particular state or all of them? Very nice. I got a friend who was born in Florida. That was a good effort there, but the keeper was very, very adequate at handling it. He was able to stop it from going in top bins because his name is Bins. Yes. As Dahlia says, if you're enjoying the game, hit the follow. So Batten brings the ball out, but they've lost the ball again. Rubio turns, gives it to Onyeka. He's got space to run into on the wing. And he forces a corner. Porter to swing in the corner. The keeper gets a fist on it. Rubio sends it back in. Campbell with an effort, and that's going to be another corner. We're beginning to dominate in terms of possession and everything now, so I think this will come back down. So Reeves plays it to Onyeka. Porter. Ollie Shenton scores. I think he's offside. Not getting excited yet. Yeah, there it goes. He's offside. As Binns sends the ball forward. Shenton wins the header, but it still falls into Bath's control. And they bring the ball now down the wing. Good tackle from Reeves. Haywood, Rubio and Porter. Keeping the passing going. Yes, I can see your chat, Dahlia. When I've finished commentated, I will respond. Haywood gives it to Campbell. Campbell runs into the box. Takes a shot. It's inside of the post. And that was a fantastic goal. So Campbell with a shot from the edge of the area. Keeper had no chance of reaching that. Inside of the post and beautiful goal. So I'm a brand new streamer, Dahlia, and I'm just testing it out, making sure that I enjoy doing it. If I do, then I will start looking at improving my branding and stuff. But I do have my son who would be able to help me with that. He's literally studying it all in college. So I've got somebody at home who's able to help me with it. Shenton running forward with the ball. Gives it to Reeves. Reeves will pull it back. Thanks for the offer, but like I say, my son is perfectly capable of doing it. And so I'll happily let him sort me out. Haywood makes the block. And it's a corner to Bath. We could do with going in 2-0 up and not concede at the last second. So, Jenkins-Davis. About to bring the ball in for Bath. Porter has dispossessed him, but we've given the ball straight back to Humphreys. Onyeka has conceded the foul. A little bit harsh to get a yellow card there, I think. But if we survive this free kick, we've made it to half-time. How long are you going to play this off for, ref? There's plus 2 minutes and we're already at 50. Good header out. Surely now the whistle's going to go. Oh, you looked at your watch. About time. So, very good first half. We've got a good cushion. I'll definitely say that I'm very happy with that. But we'll have to see where we go. And Onyeka's not been playing too well, and he's also on a card. Have we got a player to replace him? Connor Heath. We can put Shenton out there and Rubio to there. So we can work it, that's fine. But we don't want him getting sent off, so it's probably a good idea. So into the second half, everything seems to be going swimmingly. It's not a guarantee, obviously. I've seen many a game where I've led 2 or 3 goals and managed to throw them away by the end of it. So Edwards plays to Simbai. Porter. Reeves. Simbai seems to be improving a little bit. He was pretty awful when I first loaned him. Campbell looks for the overlap of Haywood. Haywood swings in the cross. Heath is waiting at the far post, and not a bad effort with the head. Just couldn't quite get the angle. Haywood plays the ball to Reeves, who's given it away pretty disappointingly there. And Wilson will charge through. And that was nearly suicide. How he gave that ball away so easily then, I do not know. It was an absolute pointless pass. So Visser makes a good save again. We are beginning to let them test us out a little bit now, which we don't really want. Let's have a look at if there's anything we can do to change that. I think if we brought McComb on and drop him back into the midfield to join Porter, we want to swap him and him over. And we'll do that. We just want to shore it up across the middle there. Hopefully these 3 together will be able to do that. I think if we can have this guy... Oh, we want it in the in possession bit. For this, so I see we've got those 2 there. We've got a box to box, but we want it to be Porter. So oh, it won't let me do it. That's annoying. So we'll go with that and box to box midfielder. Those 2 will push forward. We'll bring Heath into the middle, and we've got 3 across the striker role. Then hopefully this will be enough to just steady the ship. Second half they've been looking a lot more dangerous. So Porter, long ball forward. Campbell is chasing it, but doesn't get anywhere near. Alves bringing it forward. The defensive midfielders are beginning to set themselves now. Hopefully they'll be able to keep this attack at bay. Greenslade brings it down the wing. We may have to show them inside if they're going to persist with that wing play. That was a superb goal. But straight away we need to try and channel that outside of the ball. So it's not that wasn't the button I wanted to press. Out of possession. Cross engagement, pressing trap. That's what we want. We want to trap inside. We don't want them to be taking it around the outside of us when we've got all them central midfielders to block. So we'll aim to do that. So I'm disappointed with that. We let them get such an easy goal then, but to be fair, they've been the better team, especially the second half. And they probably deserve that goal. We've just got to make sure that we now get on top of the game again. So swinging another free kick cross. We've managed to get it clear. But still the onslaught comes. Shenton has won the ball back though. Runs it into space. Has he got a player supporting him? Not yet, but he doesn't need one yet. We've got the throw-in. That allows us to get a little bit further forward. Could still do with another goal just to make this comfortable. Time is ticking on. Shenton's looking very tired off. Heath wins a good header there, but there's nobody with him, so it was always going to be a header to nothing, but he's now got the ball back again. Shenton will be coming off soon because of how tired he is. Campbell running down the left. Allegedly he was offside, but I'm not sure how that was possible. Really not. So I thought Shenton was really tired, but he doesn't look as tired now. Maybe he'd picked up a knock or something. So I'm going to bring Preston on. Let him have this game. I think he'll probably be starting the next game anyway. So it'll give him a bit of match practice before he comes back into the team again. Time is definitely ticking on. We have a highlight, which I was disappointed to see him kick that, but we have got away with it this time. McComb has lost the ball, though. That was very disappointing. And Preston concedes the foul. I assume he's not going to book him for that. That would be very mean. So it's swung into the far post. Again, we've dominated in the air. But it's just, they've got a lot of players forward. And if they can get the right cross, we're in trouble. McComb finds Heath. Heath needs to run it into the corner or something. He held it up, but then his pass was awry and it's left us struggling again defensively. We might have to put another player staying forward to help Heath out. What's going on here? Oh, we've had a crash. We've had a crash. Oh, it's come back. No, I think it's gone. As it crashed, we were doing so well. Well, it's not giving me anything, so we'll press wait for program once. Just because normally when it crashes, we haven't got the picture still. So there is a slight chance that it will come back. No, it's not working, is it? So we'll have to do a reset. So that's a little bit annoying. There's nothing we can do about it. It seems to be happening more and more since the updates have been rolling out. I am on the beta version, so we do get these kind of things occasionally. As the game loads up again, we'll get ourselves back in it. Unfortunately, it does mean we're going to have to play that whole game again when things were going so well. But while it's loaded up, I'm just going to go and spend a penny. I might as well wait for the game to load up. As we've got it going up and running again. Hopefully, we will not have any more crashes. I'm sort of living in fear now of it crashing all the time. Simbai playing it to Porter. Shenton, we've effectively restarted that game with, as best as I can remember, the same team. Simbai crosses the ball. Nobody can get on the end of it. But hopefully we'll be able to get the full game in. And sort of fingers crossed it won't happen again in the stream. If it does keep happening, obviously we'll give up on the stream and I'll have to see if I can try and get it working properly. Rubio missed a really good chance then. We really should be winning this game by now. We've definitely started it a little bit better than we did in the first iteration of the game when, even though we had a 2-0 lead, we were struggling at the start of the game. They have had a lot of possession now, that is one thing to note. So a long throw out from Visser to Haywood, who's got lots of space. He's found Onyeka. I think he was onside. He's laid it off to Reeves. Reeves to Porter. Back and Onyeka. Onyeka with the shot, hits the post. He was offside that time. So Wilson charging through. His shot to Visser was easily saved. Where will Visser go this time? Rolls it out to Edwards. Gives it to Simbai, who plays it to Porter. Who finds Shenton. Little trick to Simbai and forward they come again. Reeves over the halfway line to Campbell. Long ball forward to Shenton on the right wing. Crosses the ball to the far post and Onyeka can't keep it down. That was another good effort though. So Ollie Shenton swings in the corner. The counter from the corner is a quick one. Wilson charging down the wing. Alves slows the ball up, cuts inside, gives it to Wilson. Out. I think Russ, that was. But it wasn't a shot that caused us any issues, so we'll not worry too much. So Alves, that was one thing we need to do, is trap them inside. For that reason, I forgot about that. We did that. Out of possession. Pressing trap inside. That was how I remembered last time. Was they did exactly the same move, just from the other side. So Porter and Reeves, Ollie Haywood. We knew it'd go different than last time. We were winning the game and it was sort of been stitched up by the game crashing. Rubio's having a poor game this time. He won the ball back there though, and Shenton, I think it was, had an effort from the edge of the area, wins the corner. He will now take this corner into Reeves, who wins the header, but it lands on the roof of the net. So Wilson plays the ball out wide to Sanderson. We need to be getting these guys brought inside. We have done now. And won the ball back. That was what we were looking for with that. Shenton's a lot of space to run into. Players arriving in the middle. Swings the ball to the far post. And Tyrese Onyeka with an absolute spectacular finish with the head, I assume. I mean, it was a beautifully weighted left foot cross. And he angled that with his head just nicely into the bottom corner. 1-1. We're back in the game. Just trying to watch what they're doing in terms of through balls. I don't remember them playing many. Seem to prefer to go wide like this. So I'm just keeping my eye on it because if they're not playing too many through balls, maybe we can push up even higher. Oh, that was a good save by Visser. Offside, so that was handy. Let's look at what we're playing already. Out of possession. We are playing a mid-block, so let's do a high press. And let's try much higher. Try and win that ball back quicker. And step up more as well, because we want to stop those balls over the top. Let's see if that will work. Not sure if that actually changed it or not. I think I might have clicked the wrong thing. Let's have a quick look. Out of possession. Oh no, it has done it. That's fine. So we'll go and address the team and say that we're happy with how they're playing so far. Keep it up. If we can win the ball back quicker, I think we can actually punish this team. Can we get through this second half without the crash? If it crashes again, unfortunately, it's going to be an early end to the stream as I try and work out how bad this is going to get with my football manager. Because if it's going to become too much of an issue, then we might have to contact SI and see what's going on with it. Because it's only started doing it again since the latest update. And it's only done it twice so far, but both times have been today. But you can't stream when you never know if you're going to finish the match or not. So Rubio concedes a foul. He's got his yellow card now, so we will be looking to sub him off shortly and bring Heath on. That was a superb header, and unfortunately now we are going to have to start attacking. So we'll take Rubio off and put Heath on instead. Grogan can come on for Edwards. Do we put Preston on as well? Yeah, we'll put Preston on as well. We are going to be attacking now, so it's either going to go badly wrong for us or we're going to start playing properly in the game and dominating them. That was nothing to do with us pushing it up high. This is a free kick deficiency. We haven't got a massive amount of tall players, so that guy getting in there, he does look a lot bigger than the players he was competing with. So I would suggest that that's a free kick deficiency, not the tactic that we're actually playing. Rubio conceding the foul didn't help. But with half an hour to go, we've used all the subs. Hopefully we don't get an injury. That's usually the next thing in the script, isn't it? Onyeka has the ball on the left. Preston swings it in. And Connor Heath. That is not Connor Heath. He's way too small. I think it's got the wrong animation on for Connor Heath. So I think I need to switch Onyeka and Shenton over and put Campbell on the left. Just try a complete change of the attacking quartet. Shenton takes the ball down the right. Plays it to Heath, who lays it out to Simbai, gives it to Reeves, who gives it away. Really poor. And Simbai concedes a foul, gets a yellow card. Can't sub him off, so we're running the risk of a red card now for the rest of the game. So Visser takes the ball forward, gives it to Grogan, Porter, Onyeka. Back we come with Reeves, Shenton and Porter. The ball over the top. Onyeka somehow controls that, looks like with magic. Porter takes the corner. Goes near post, and we're winning the headers on the corners. Just can't get it on target. So we win the ball back again, thanks to Preston. Porter plays it out to Campbell. Lays it back to Preston. Brings it to Reeves. Gives it back to Preston. Swings it in. Heath, Shenton. Oh, another corner. So they're well charged down. I thought Shenton was going to tuck that away then. So Grogan plays it to Onyeka. Onyeka with a silly shot. We need to be getting that ball into the box, not shooting like that. Time wasting, build-up strategy, pass, patience, shots from distance, discourage. And work the ball into the box. So just in the same way that they were one goal away from us when the game crashed, we're still only one goal away from them. It's not over yet. Campbell, Reeves, Shenton's offside. Don't get excited. Well, they'd never given offside. He was a mile off. I'm complaining, and it's my team. But we'll play on. I mean, it was a terrible shot from Preston, I think it was, who took it. Simbai out on the right. Proudly waving his yellow card with his name. Onyeka. Can't get the squared ball. We have another corner. I mean, I've lost count of how many corners we've had. Onyeka. Switches inside. Goes for the top corner. So close again. That keeper had top bins covered. Somehow he managed to get his fingertips to it. Ford. Reeves. Back to Ford. Going all the way back to Visser. Back to Grogan. Seems like a whole waste of time to me, that. Onyeka. Comes out to Simbai. Simbai has done his man, gets fouled. I bet he don't get a yellow card. Can we produce a free kick like they did? We have gone to the far post. And it's a penalty. And it's a yellow card. Porter with that penalty. Has he got the composure to slot it in? Yes, he has. 2-2. We're back on level terms. Drop back to balanced because we don't want to go gung-ho and throw it away. But we've got 8 minutes now to find a winner. I suppose in theory we're back to where we would have been if we'd have conceded a late goal. So will we get past the 85th minute, which is when the crash happened? Oh, we've got to conceded. Oh, no, we haven't. Not quite sure that was a good idea going balanced. Oh, come on. That was never a foul. He's booked him as well. Referee. Shenton. Good ball out to Campbell. Gives it to Preston. Preston to Campbell again. Beginning to regret making all them subs so early now. Good work there. Gets it to Preston. He's giving it offside. What are you on, Lionel? So, still a few minutes of injury time. Are we going to see another highlight? Or is that the end of it? I assume it's extra time and penalties. I actually don't know what the rules are. Campbell. Let's hope we can get a goal here and not have to worry about it. Shenton. That keeper is brilliant. I'm going to buy him. So Preston with the corner. Probably the last chance of the game. If he doesn't take it soon, we may not even get that. He got to kick it. Oh. So Connor Heath won the header, but missed it. Straight to penalties. So Ollie Shenton, Billy Reeves. Connor Heath, because you're a striker. We'll go highest composure wins. I mean, technically Tyrese. I mean, all this didn't work before, so that's an improvement. I've got to move you forward just because you should be able to score. And we'll go with that. Do we want to switch these around a bit? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll slowly be getting better. And then Connor Heath has got the important one. So all of our fans, all 5 of them are there. Wilson takes a penalty before we've even settled in our seats. So Binns has had a fantastic game. So we've got to try and beat him. Shenton is the first one to take him on. And he does a good job. So that's 1-1. We will speed this up ever so slightly for the penalties because it does drag a bit with the penalties. Go to 1.5. Sanderson against Visser. Visser guesses the right way, can't get down quick enough. So Campbell versus Binns. Can Campbell find the corner? No, he can't because he's gone down. Oh, no, he did go to corner, actually. It's a bit deceptive that. I thought he'd gone down the middle. But again, he guesses the right way, and somehow I think he's turned into Casper the Friendly Ghost because Visser has let that slip through him again. I think that's 2 he could have saved by now. Reeves is the next. What a beautiful penalty that was. 3-3. Finally, Visser has made the save. Assuming they haven't got a rule about him moving early. Because he shuffled across and got to it and makes a save. Connor Heath. We've gone well out of order here. Where's Porter disappeared to? Connor Heath has slotted it home. Porter should have taken this by now and he hasn't. I think it's glitched out here and forgotten our best penalty taker. And we don't need him anyway because Visser has made a second save and we are through to the next round. Which in some ways is a little bit disappointing because it's going to distract us from the league. That was an amazing victory. I don't think we're expected to do that at all. I was beginning to think it had crashed again, which would have been really annoying. So Porter's sticking with us. That's good news. We've got a few players who we could consider looking at. Connor O'Keefe seems to be a name I remember. This George Waring's an interesting guy. He keeps popping up on my thing. He's 6'5", good jumping reach, good strength, really good heading. Finishing's okay as well. Trouble is, we just don't really play with a striker. He could be good as a plan B, I suppose, but I don't think we'd be able to afford his wages and use him as a plan B. I just don't think it'd happen. So we've so far managed to play 3 games, but only have 2 results. We've got Bamber Bridge next and Russell Olympic. I think they're going to be my target for now. We'll see whether we can get through all of them. The games do last a lot longer because we're on extended highlights. I think I do like it like that, to be honest. But At the same time, it does sort of mean we get through less games in the stream. I am going to just take 2 minutes to go to the toilet now. I know the bathroom's free, and then I'll be right back. So I'll see you in a sec. So we move on to Bamber Bridge. We have got to come up against some of the lesser teams at some point, and Bamber Bridge are one of them. They sit in the bottom four at the moment. So obviously, our job was to finish around about 15th. We're currently sitting nicely in third. We could potentially catch up with Stockton, but I think Guiseley are probably a step too far away from us. Our main thing is just to keep ahead of two more people. If more than two people overtake us, we drop out of the playoffs. I don't think we'd be favourites if we were in a playoffs, but we got to give it our best, whatever. So we'll do a quick pick just to see where that thinks everybody should be. I want Connor Heath in there rather than Rubio, so that's definitely going to happen. We said we'd give Preston a run out, so Simba's getting dropped. Buckley can go across there. Not because Simba's been bad necessarily. He has been okay, but we need a defender on the bench, so Ford can go onto the bench. And we go to match. I think that's it, isn't it? I did want to go back and look at the opposition report because I forgot to do so. So if we go to where was it? Overview. I thought there was a free. Must have to click on something else. Goal analysis, set piece analysis, team analysis. This seems different than what I was looking at before. All right, so this is what I was looking for. So we need to remember it's information analysis. So we're expecting them to play more direct, progressing through the flanks and overlapping through the flanks. Mid-block, trigger press more often and trap outside. So we want our faster one. And we just want to, we'll observe whether they are going on the flanks or not. And if they are, we'll trap inside as well. We'll make the decision though when we've seen what they're doing. Because I have been tricked by these reports before and they've been doing the opposite to what it said. This view here makes me get really dizzy. Just looking at it makes my head spin. So Visser will roll the ball out, hopefully. No, oh, where's he gone? He's gone long to Onyeka. I mean, that's a really good throw out, to be fair. Connor Heath finds Campbell. Finds Preston on the overlap. Slides the ball in. Campbell was so unlucky there. Bailey made the block, and we have a corner. So they are probably going down the wings. This is the first time we've got to see it, because we seem to have been handling it pretty well. So here comes Allen. Can we deal with the cross? No, we can't, but Buckley's got his head on it and got it clear. Right, so we'll go to the tactics. Out of possession. Team instructions. All instructions. And out of possession, we need to make sure we're on. Pressing trap. Trap inside. One thing that I think we can probably do with our out of possession here is drop these guys back to here. Possibly even. Drop them all the way back and make them pressing. So I would hope that these guys can press while these guys hold position a little bit better. And then it doesn't matter if they're trying to come down the wings, we will stop them. I think there's a beat there somewhere. We will stop them. Anyway. Stop with the crowd. Trying to G the crowd up. We just need to concentrate on the game. As Porter takes a free kick. Campbell with a long shot over the bar. So this is a good way of viewing now how they handle that. Does mean that they've got to cover a bit more ground, so they may be tired by the end of the day. Campbell's made a good run. Shenton. Poor pass from Shenton there. Really poor pass. He's got the ball back now. Campbell skinned his man and got really battered there. He's lucky that's only a yellow for me. That was a nasty tackle. Right through the back of him. Try and be a bit more positive. I think we're the better team at the moment. Visser goes out to Buckley, who brings it to Porter. Receives it back and sends it down the line to Onyeka. Porter gets it back. Plays it to Campbell. Weir with the long ball over the top for Onyeka. Onyeka turns, comes back to Buckley, swings it in. Good defending. And Cullen will now hold up the ball. Gives it to Moore on the wing. Bamber Bridge have lost the ball again, and Campbell now has it. The end of the highlight. So we've not created many chances. That is the one thing I would say. And I don't think the passing's an issue as such. Look, we've got the ball down now. Good cross in. And they've dealt with it very well there. Heath, Onyeka. I mean, they're living by the seat of their pants, but at the moment it's working for them. Again. How did that not go in? Preston this time will take the corner. Swung in again. Onyeka on the edge of the area. Porter goes back to Buckley. Preston. Shenton. Oh. I mean, last 3 minutes, I think we could have scored 4 times. Connor Heath wins the ball back well. Campbell will have a lot of chasing if he's going to get that. Poor Campbell's just had to run so far on the pitch. And they still got the cross away. Good save from Visser from a long shot, admittedly. He's gone for the long kick, which I do not like. He was doing so well with his throw-outs. Why did he go to kicking? Shenton at the far post. Dowling collects. It's always a bit of a cheat when the goalkeeper can use his hands. I think we've been unlucky so far. And we'll just try and encourage everybody. We're going attacking as well. Maybe a bad idea, but we're going attacking. So they've swung the ball in. We've not dealt with the cross. We had 2 players there to deal with it, and neither of them did. And they've just scored an absolute worldie with Kofi Moore. Presumably a knockoff Kiefer Moore, but he scored a good goal, whatever. Now we're going very attacking. So Weir, Preston, Shenton, Campbell. Gives it to Porter. Come on, we need these through balls, guys. There we go. Campbell's away. That was not offside. He timed it just right, I'm telling you. So Grogan to Edwards. Can't believe we're losing this. Again, Shenton's offside. What are you doing? We're changing it to the other tactic because it's just not working. They just can't score for Toffee. We're going to try and play through the press. So that was a poor ball. Not really. What's he given there? How could he push him in that direction? What a muppet. Ref, you haven't got a clue what's going on, have you? Seem to be giving them more of the ball rather than us at the moment. Back to the original. We need to put it on very attacking when we get a chance. But it may be too late if they score here. They didn't. Oh, we are very attacking. That's fine. So Weir plays the ball forward. Onyeka comes back to Heath. Buckley curls the ball the wrong way. We need a goal quick. The highlights have proper dried up as well. Oh, we've got one now. I was just about to look at making a sub. Onyeka gives it to Grogan, gives it to Weir. Ball through to Shenton. He was offside anyway, so I don't think it would have counted. We'll take Weir off, bring Reeves on. Ford on for Edwards. And Hayward on for Preston. 3 subs in the hope that we can change the game. So Onyeka picks up the ball. Good tackle. We have a throw-in. Now throw-ins from here can be quite dangerous. Seen a lot of goals scored from this sort of position. Buckley swings it in. Their defence is awesome. And Porter's missed an absolute sitter. I mean, we shouldn't have lost this game. It's been disgraceful how we've not scored. The great chances that we've created. Shenton gives it to Campbell. Campbell runs down the wing with it. Surely this... Oh, he's... Connor Heath was offside. Oh, how are we going to do this? He has no idea how to play a false 9, but I'm going to give him the job anyway. Hopefully he can pull them back and then drop back into these spaces and get the goal. It's getting desperate now. We're trying silly things. I mean, one of them's got to be a foul, surely. Grogan gives it to Reeves. Shenton finds Onyeka. Heath's through, but he's offside. Don't get excited. That's 2 disallowed goals in this game as well. So Connor Heath. Onyeka. Buckley charging through. Oh, don't believe it. Can't believe he missed that. Onyeka. Shot from distance. Come on, I mean, they're not Premier League. Why can we not score against them? Can you believe we were worried about playing Rushden in the next game? And we can't even beat these. I mean, come on, that was a disgraceful tackle. should move that forward and give us a penalty. Reeves, oh, that was so close to being a nicely worked free kick. I can't believe they've only given us 3 minutes. Connor Heath gets fouled. Another penalty to save the day. Just what we needed. Come on, Porter. Yes, at last we finally get the goal. We stayed on very attacking because there's just that chance that we could sneak a win. I mean, we should have won this by a country mile. We've had so many clear-cut chances for me. And somehow it just keeps hitting their keeper every single time. So Buckley, last chance saloon. Swings in the cross. Keeper gets it clear. And that is the end of what has been a very exciting, if not disappointing match. We take a 1-1 draw, especially when with a minute to go we were losing. But we should have done a bit better than that, for definite. I don't think it was lack of effort, though. I think it's just one of them games where it doesn't go for you. What it means, though, is that 6th place is now within 2 points of us. I mean, to say we rescued a late draw, they were hanging on from about the 3rd minute of the game. Let's have a look at our recruitment focuses to see what's coming in with these. 14 on the unattached. It's supposed to be free transfers, but some of these guys have either been signed or has not quite got the idea of this. It is naught to something, I suppose. Another really good left back, but, well, I don't think he's as good as that makes out, if I'm honest. 22 years old. None in the tiny boys. We want the young lads, not getting any of them. I wonder how happy Churchy is. Does it give us his... Oh, it doesn't tell us how happy he is. But if he wasn't happy, we'd have had another go for him. So we'll go for one more match, Russell Olympic, and then we'll probably call that a day. So I think I'll keep the same team just for the continuity. Or do I? No, I might bring Reeves in. One thing I need to do is swap these guys over because Porter should be in that position. Really, I keep forgetting to put him there. He's the deep line playmaker. Look at that. He's definitely more accustomed to that role. And we move Foxer Candy onto there as well. So I think that's how. I think that's what all we'll do. Just wanted to quickly go back and just have a check on the. So again, they're exactly the same idea of playing. So that's something that we might do for this match only. Actually, if we go back to the tactics. So next match, out of possession. We'll drop these guys back and make them pressing wing backs. A little bit more running for him. It's got to also make it so that we have to hold the ball up a little bit more. I mean, I suppose technically we could move it to a standard tempo just to give him a bit more time to get forward and see if that works. But we are dependent here on them playing like the report says, which doesn't always happen. So we'll have to be careful with that. So Shenton brings the ball forward. Connor Heath's waiting, and the keeper's absolutely fluffed his lines. Connor Heath has found a goal, and 20 seconds into the game, we lead. We said this was an important game. You couldn't ask for a better start than that. I mean, what was Giddens doing there? Absolutely rubbish. Thought we were going to do the same, exactly the same. Within a minute, it would have been 1-1. Edwards gives it to Grogan. Grogan, with his no-nonsense style, puts it through to Shenton. In fairness, it was a great one. And Heath nearly had his second goal in basically 120 seconds. No, not even that, 80 seconds. That would have been hilarious. 2 goals in 80 seconds. So this is supposedly one of the more difficult games that will come against this season. These are a team that are pressing for the playoffs. And that could have easily nestled in the top corner. I had a feeling Visser was going to do that then. Didn't want him to, because now the ball's coming back at us. So they've worked that brilliantly, and Visser's made a good save, but that shouldn't have been. Just wait for it to go out. I'm going to put the trap inside on, because we haven't done that. Good pass from Campbell there. Shenton running into the box. Showed too much of it. We've got a corner at least. Let's do that tactic now. Out of possession. All instructions. Pressing trap. Trap inside. That's what we want. And close that. Confirm changes. Certainly not overawed. by this away game against, I've forgotten now what the name is. Russell, something like that. Good effort stopping the cross there. It does mean they get a corner though. Wouldn't say we're experts at defending corners, but I think we've got quite a small team, not great in the air. Something that we could develop over time, but we're a little bit restricted this season because of the lack of funds that we have. If we get promoted, that will all start to change. I mean, I'm happy with the quality of the team that we have. I think the security that we have with them is the issue for me. They could leave me at any time. Most of them do seem pretty loyal, though. They've had offers and they've turned them down. And that is something at least. McAlinden. Shot from distance. The keeper maybe could have done a little bit better with it, but as long as it doesn't go in, that's the important bit. Thinking of even lowering the tempo. I'll get it out in a minute. Tempo. Lowering the tempo a little bit more. Oh, that was a close effort from Shenton. Actually, we scored that long ago now. I've forgotten we were winning. Just had it in my head, it was 0-0. Well done, Buckley. Made sure he didn't get past him. Now we've got to defend the free kick. They're trying to pass through the middle, which is not something we were expecting of him. Edwards. Reeves plays it long. End of highlight. So this is our slowing down the pace a bit. I think because they're holding a slightly higher line and pressing us. Wow, he was close to getting a red card then. Two-footed tackle. That's what we're looking for. Bringing it back and then the players running through. And that was just working how I imagined against this higher press. So Grogan won the header from the corner, but wasn't able to direct it. Porter gives it to Shenton. Shenton squares it. Campbell's shot somehow. A magic go-go gadget foot stops it and sends it out for another corner. We seem to be holding the ball a little bit better now. We've slowed it down even more. Reeves, Porter, Shenton. Good control. Probably if it had played the ball quickly then, we'd have had some runners going through. This time, Campbell, I think he was offside. Yes, he was. Got to time it right, boys, if you're going to play it around like this. Well, if that had gone in, I'd have been annoyed because it was such a pump the ball up in the air type of attack. There it is again. Oh, my goodness, how he's missed that. I do not know. McAlinden, what have you done? So Buckley has lost the ball. But Edwards will pick it up. He gives it back to Buckley. Onyeka. Gives it to Reeves. Sends Buckley on the overlap. Buckley cuts inside. Comes back to Onyeka. Onyeka swings across in. Shenton can't win the header. Preston goes for goal when he's got 3 players stood in the box, ready to just pop it into the goal. So I'm happy with the number of shots. We are leading 1-0, and towards the end of that half, I think we were looking the better team as well. They are likely to come out with a little bit more gusto this second half. Hopefully, we can hold them off. I mean, a clean sheet means we win. Simple as that. So, nicely passing it around. Waiting for the runner. There he goes. Buckley. Comes back to Onyeka. Onyeka swings in the cross. Shenton at the back post. Again, that keeper is absolutely useless with the crosses. He got absolutely nowhere near it. Just watch this keeper now. I mean, let's highlight it just for the fun of it. Charging out. No man's land. Absolutely million miles away from it. Ridiculous. What was he doing? And that is twice in this match he's gifted us a goal. I am amazed how much control lowering the pace has given us in this game. We were much higher when we started and sometimes struggling. So Preston, Shenton, turning back on himself to Porter. I think what it does do is it gives the wingers a chance to get forward, having dropped back. Here comes Buckley. Will he come back to Onyeka again? No, he's found Porter this time. He's give it back to Buckley, and Connor Heath gets his second of the game, and that is 3-0. This is a team who we should be struggling against, and we are absolutely playing them off a park at the moment. Giddens again was never going to get anywhere near that. Diving the wrong way for where the ball went. If I need a new keeper at the end of the season, I won't be looking for you, kid. Certainly not on this performance, anyway. Jarvis charging in. Looking for a goal to make it interesting, because at the moment, we are in control of this game. Who'd have thought if we'd have just lowered the pace against Bamber Bridge, we might have won that game as easily. Because with the lower pace, we've absolutely controlled this. Onyeka scored. I'm not 100% convinced he was onside. We're celebrating still, so 4-0. So that there was a defender keeping him onside, so it wasn't even close. I mean, this is an absolute masterclass of how to handle these teams that want to play down the wing. So if 3JP, you watch this back, just take note of what we did. We put the where were we? Team shape. So we put the wingers to be pressing wing backs, even though they're attacking wingers. We've got them obviously trapped inside, and we've lowered the pace. So we've lowered the pace right down so that the wingers have got a chance to get forward whenever we win the ball back. And the theory seems to have worked like a treat. So Porter sends the ball long. I mean, if we'd have tried this against Bamber Bridge. We did little bits of it, admittedly, but I mean, look at Campbell. Little old Campbell on a 6.6 in that attacking lineup. Obviously, you need a rest, mate. So Reeves has done okay. I'm just looking at the players who look tired. Preston for Haywood. And that will that'll do. We'll keep one spare in case there's an injury. Rubio's not very happy, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Apparently he's unhappy because he wanted to stay on the bench. Next time he won't even make it there if he's going to have an attitude like that. 4-0, mate. You've got a chance to fill your boots here. I mean, one of the most awful keepers you could ever come up against, and you moaning about coming on and taking him on. Doesn't make me think you've got a good mentality for this game. So we've got a free kick right in our own corner. We just need to not go and give it away cheaply. Onyeka, Heath, Buckley. Nice little triangle there. Onyeka comes back to Buckley. Reeves with a trick through Connor Heath with his hat trick. 5-0. 3 for hat. 3. I can't even say it. 3 for Heath. I was going to say 3 for hat trick, but we know 3 goals is a hat trick. But absolutely superb. Reeves deserves a lot of credit that he won't get in his match ratings because that was a superb little back heel to send Onyeka through. Nobody was expecting it. And I think they've been very generous with Giddins because they've given him a 5.6. How he's not in the 4s, I do not know. So Reeves, Edwards goes across to Grogan. This has been an absolute masterclass from the guys. Onyeka swings the ball to the far post. Shenton collects. And I'm pretty sure Giddins ran that out of play, but we've not been given it. They feel really sorry for him, obviously. It doesn't always go this well, but this has been very satisfying to watch so far. And they're coming at us a bit now, so we'll just drop to cautious. I'm not expecting them to get 5 goals back, don't get me wrong, but I just want us to get that clean sheet as well, make it an all-round perfect performance. I mean, look at that front line, 9.5, 9.4, 9.9. Absolutely sensational. Jarvis has got through. Visser with a good save. Moore with the corner. Swings it in. Headed out by Heath, who's had a brilliant game. Rubio decided he didn't want to do the counter-attack. And we've headed it out for another corner. We're pushing our luck a little bit here. Let's go very attacking for the last 3 minutes, because I think that'll see the end of these highlights. Grogan, long ball forward. Rubio running onto it. Has done well there. Take it to the corner, man. Heath's got to get number 4, is he? No, just over the bar. Good cross by Rubio. So we're chucking the kitchen sink at you now, just to try and confuse you a little bit. We want 6. You can hear the crowd going, we want 6. We want 6. Shenton. Haywood. Grogan. Onyeka, long ball forward, clearing it away. We're into the 91st minute of the game. Keep losing the ball, unfortunately. Oh, that was a good effort. We've got to drop back to balance. We're being a bit too gung-ho here. We may be too late with the change. Vista was stood in exactly the right spot for that. Read it really well. Edwards gets it back from Reeves, and then whatever his name is, Grogan, sends it forward. McAlinden played the ball through to himself, but he never going to reach that. 5-0. 5-0. The Town are going up. The Town are going up. You're never going to believe us. You're never going to believe us. I don't know if we have a manager leading the crowd chants before, but we're going up. I mean, that was just as good a win as you're likely to see. Individuals, 1, 2, 3 of you. You did really well today. Congratulations. And they thoroughly deserve it. They absolutely slaughtered them. And apparently Classy Shenton was on form there. Never mind the guy who scored a hat-trick, scored a goal in the first 20 seconds. So he must have been. So we got 2 assists. So he gets that. But we need to speak to the other 2 guys as well. So if we go to squad, it was Onyeka, wasn't it? Oops. So picked. So we've done Ollie Shenton. Interaction, praise, last game. Superb with a number of quality chances. And where's the man, the myth, the legend? Praise last game. You were superb in front of goal. Round of applause. That was thoroughly enjoyable. I really enjoyed that match. I think tactically we looked good. I'm almost tempted to play another game, but I'm not going to. We do need to rest the players so I don't forget for the next game. So let's do that before we do anything else. And we should save it as well. Squad, training, rest, 2 days. And save the game before it crashes. Because we do not want to lose a 5-0 win like that. That was sensational. Now let's have a quick look at how that's left us for the league before we finish the stream for tonight. We currently sit in third place on 50 points. We've played 28 games. Cleethorpes could overtake us. They've only played 27 games, so they could go to 52, which is what Stockton Town are on, but they also have only played 27 games. Guiseley are far away, and we're not going to see them again. Ironically, actually, just to point this out, Guiseley and Leek played today in real life. And Guiseley, I think they must have scored a very late goal because I thought it was 0-0. But when I checked at the end, it was 1-0. So it was at Guiseley. So if any of the Leek Town boys happen to tune into this, unlucky guys, you did okay in that game. Warrington have now caught up with us in games, but are still 2 points behind us. So we're still ahead of them, which is good. And Rushall Olympic, nearly said Athletic, are 4 points behind us now. So that is a gap that we are happy to see. And I don't think anybody else is really in the runnings. It's between us, Rushall, maybe Hebburn can get themselves in it. Gainsborough Trinity and Stocksbridge, it's a big ask for them. There are still 12 games to go, so we could be speaking a little bit too soon. But I think that what we've done this particular stream has been pretty exceptional, to be honest. We beat Whitby Town 1-0. We beat Bath City 2-2. We beat them 2-2. On penalties, we beat them. But we did win. We drew 1-1 with Bamber Bridge, probably the biggest disappointment of the game. We were still by far the better team, so I was happy with the way we played. We just couldn't score for Toffee. And then we made up for it in the next game when we beat Rushall Olympic 5-0. And it has definitely made me consider the pace that we're playing at in the tactic that we play. So I will sort of monitor it over the next few games. If we're struggling to score, I'll slow the pace down, see whether that makes a difference. Because I think we were outstanding once we went to a lower pace. We were probably getting slightly dominated by Rushall and we're probably lucky to be 2-0 up. But we had that cushion, so going to the lower pace, we then started to dominate the game as well. And the result shows that we were completely the better team by the end of it, 5-0. And we were very, very comfortable in that game. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed it. I wish I could have gone on a bit longer, but I'm really, really tired. So I've got to go and tuck myself up in bed. I will come back tomorrow. We'll do a little bit more Leek Town at some point during the evening. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye.